Welcome to another topic that we discussed in the dojo. Today's topic is it doesn't matter. And as we got together today as a group, live virtually in the dojo, and we discussed this topic, we were just bouncing off of each other and expounding like, oh my gosh, I never thought about it that way, and oh my gosh, you're right, and oh, this has helped me to uncover this and let this go. So if you're not familiar with the dojo, check the links in the description, learn about what we're doing and who we are. But for today, we're going to be talking about it doesn't matter. And I'm really excited to share this with you. So allow me to share my screen with you right now as we discuss today's topic on it doesn't matter. And again, if you have not yet had the chance to check us out at the dojo, follow the links in the description. So today, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about it doesn't matter. Because if it does, you're giving it your power. So whatever it is that is mattering in your life, if you see it as a problem, if you see it as a struggle, something that you see as this really matters to me, it means that this is what you want to give your attention, energy, and power to. Now, we often do this with things that we do not want. And this is what we're talking about today and how we're making the distinction. But if you haven't yet had a chance, go check out Exploring the Divine Feminine. That's the topic we talked about last week. We're getting a lot of ahas. I'm getting some feedback about this, and women are really opening up and saying, oh my gosh, yeah, this is me. This is what I resonate with. But the cool thing is, when we're talking about the divine feminine, it's not about gender. So go check that out. That's available for you as well. Now, as we start today's topic on it doesn't matter, here's something that I want to start out with. Circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. And your state of being is determined by how you feel at any given moment. You know, I heard this statement over and over for so many years, but when I finally got it, when I finally understood what it meant, I was gobsmacked. I was like, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. It's that simple. This is how we create. This is how we manifest. This is how we draw to us what we really want. When this statement really sinks in for you, I'm sure you'll be just as gobsmacked as I was. You'll be like, oh, I get it now. I get it. So today's topic on it doesn't matter is really going to resonate with you if this is something that you're open to exploring. Because in any given moment, you're either in a powerful state of being or you're giving your power away to something that matters enough to you to keep it in a primal state of being. And one of the women in our group today was talking about how she was working through a specific health challenge. And, you know, she had a belief because she's been told for years and years and years, just give it up. You know, this is who you are. You're just going to have to deal with this forever and ever. And then she finally just realized like she was giving so much power to that. That was what she was allowing to matter to her. So matter being something that we create into physical form, it was expounding on this health challenge that she was having. And when she said, you know what? I'm not going to let this matter to me. I'm not going to allow this to matter so much that it keeps me in a very primal state of being. And remember that primal state of being is your fight, flight, or freeze mode, where you're feeling helpless, you're feeling victimized, you're feeling like you have no choice. And she said, I'm going to shift it to a more powerful state of being. And that's how I'm going to allow it to matter into my life. And one by one by one, she is, getting off medications and being able to eat things she wasn't being able to eat before. So this is really powerful when you realize that you have the choice to say, am I going to allow this to matter or it doesn't matter? Because when you're putting your energy, attention, and focus on your state of being, meaning whatever it is that you're looking at, if you open your eyes and just look around you right now and you're seeing something that you don't want in your life, maybe it's financial lack, maybe it's a health challenge, maybe it's an unfulfilling relationship, a job you don't like. If you're allowing yourself to focus on that and keep you in a primal state of being, you're making it matter into your life, meaning you're bringing more of it into your life. So when you give enough of your attention, energy, and focus to something, it turns to matter. This is how thoughts become things. And this is not woo-woo. This is science. And I've posted links in the description if you want to follow up on the neuroscience behind it, but that's not my wheelhouse, that's not my genre, but I can certainly turn you on to, many teachers that I've learned from about this. So if that's something that you want to learn more about, definitely go check out the description and get some more of that information. But anytime you're experiencing a challenge in your life, if you're feeling stuck, you're not having as much prosperity and abundance as you'd like, you're experiencing chronic health conditions, a lack of clarity, challenges in your business or your career, unfulfilling relationships, it's because you're allowing something to matter enough to you and it has determined your state of being. Your state of being is, how you're feeling in any given moment. Your state of being it's determined by something recent or a painful experience that's still lurking in your memory. So if you're thinking about a painful memory, maybe something that happened in childhood, or maybe something that you experienced, someone wronged you, or where you were feeling victimized at any point. If you are recalling this in memory, you're living it right now. And when you're living it right now, painful memories create primal states of being. And the creativity that comes from your imagination can only be sparked from a powerful state of being. So if you're wanting to create something in your life, like a desire, a want, a goal, that can only be mattered into existence, manifested into existence from a powerful state of being. And if you're wondering, like, why isn't this happening for me? Why isn't this happening for me? More likely, it's because you are recalling a memory of something that was unpleasant for you, and that memory is keeping you in a primal state of being, so you're not able to manifest what it is that you want to manifest. No one has the power to make you feel anything. Whenever someone says or does something that matters to you, you are giving it your power. So if someone says something that you say that hurt my feelings, or that made me feel bad, or you're not understanding me, that's the power that you're giving it. But you're actually giving that power to another person instead of standing in your own power. You're allowing something someone said or did to make matter for you. Remember, we're talking about how energy becomes matter, how thoughts become things. If you're allowing it to matter in your thoughts, it's going to matter in your circumstances. If someone makes a commitment to you and doesn't follow through on their commitment, this can impact your state of being because it matters to you. You're making it all about you when it actually has nothing to do with you and everything to do with the person who disappointed you. When you're allowing the words or actions of others to matter to you, ask yourself, is this the frequency I want to create with my circumstances with? So think about this. Even if you have to pause the video right now and just say, what is on my mind right now? What is it that I am allowing to matter to me, and that I am bringing into focus and bringing into a state of being that I don't want? That's creating that primal state of being that I don't want to be in. Leave some comments in the description, because it's really powerful when we start having these conversations, and as we start turning on the light inside of us and we start going, oh, wow, I never thought about it that way. When we have these conversations, which is what we do live every Tuesday in the dojo, but here, leave a comment. Let others know, what was the epiphany that you had? What is going on for you right now? What are you realizing you've been allowing to matter in your life? Meaning, what have you been manifesting that you prefer not to manifest? Because when you're asking yourself why someone else is more successful than you, why your finances are a mess, why your business isn't growing, why your health isn't improving, why your relationships are unfulfilling, you're allowing your primal state of being to create your experiences. In other words, you're allowing something to matter so much to you that you are creating your future from your past. Are you beginning to see how you have all the power? You hold all the power to every experience, dream, and desire that you want to matter for you. Now, that can be a little scary because when we realize, like, oh, I hold all the power, well, that means, gosh, I can't blame anyone anymore. So when you can't blame anyone anymore, now you realize, like, oh, I'm the only one that's creating anything. I'm the only one that's allowing things to matter, to come into physical reality. So when you think, like, oh, I'm not a very good manifester. Yes, you are. Just look around at everything that is in your life right now, everything that you've mattered into your life right now will show you. And if it's something you do not want, that's proof right there. Like, yeah, you are a powerful, powerful creator. You are the only one can do this because energy and matter are not separate entities, but rather two forms of the same thing that's allowing you to create a conversation between the two. So while we're on the topic of what matters to you, this is a good time to remind you that the universe does not hear the words don't, not, and no. The key to having your dreams and goals materialize is being in non-resistance to receiving them. The words don't, not, and no are usually spoken before a want, which creates resistance around what you want, the desire that you have. So, for example, if you don't want someone crossing your boundaries and you're saying, I don't want this person to cross my boundaries, all the universe can hear is, I want this person to cross my boundaries. And that's what's showing up for you over and over and over again. This is a really strong, powerful practice. And I guarantee you, if you start paying attention to all the times you say don't, not, and no in your conversation, and you start catching yourself, it's going to almost at the beginning feel like, oh my gosh, you can't even have a conversation because you've never realized how much you use these. I know when my grandson was, I don't know, like 9 or 10, maybe even younger, I was teaching him this process. And sometimes he would get frustrated and he would go, oh, Grammy, I can't even talk anymore because I say those words that, that I don't, there I go again. But it was teaching him how powerful his words are and how we can be very lazy in our manifesting when we're not paying attention to our words. So give this a try and leave some comments if you really decide to, practice eliminating don't, not, and no from your vocabulary. Let us know so that others know. Because when you leave comments, it lets everyone know, oh, good, I'm not the only one who had challenges with this. I see that others do. And it helps us give ourselves a little bit of a break. Because limiting beliefs create resistance. When something doesn't matter to you, you are in non-resistance. But it's important to know the difference between it doesn't matter and I don't care. Because you do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't be thinking about it. But do you care because you're worried or do you care because you're inspired? The answer to this will be based on the beliefs you've been holding on to in your mind. Your state of being transforms energy into matter. Our circumstances are an effect of something that mattered to us enough to be emotionally impacted by it. This is a cause and effect. The cause is what you're thinking and feeling based on how and why it matters to you. And the effect is the circumstances you're experiencing or how you mattered it into existence. We've all been created to translate vibration. When you interpret vibration through your sense of sight, you receive visual experiences of the world, and you do the same thing with your sense of smell, your sense of taste, your sense of hearing, and your sense of touch. Now, here's where Joe Dispenza talks about in his book, Becoming Superhuman, that it's when we go beyond the five senses and we really practice seeing life, experiencing life energetically rather than through the five senses. This is where we start noticing differences of how we are mattering things into our life. Now, we know we're able to take an idea and through the process of translating the vibration of an idea, which is just energy frequency, we're able to then materialize or make matter into our physical reality. So, what would you like to matter most to you? As soon as you realize something starts to matter more than you want it to, let that be a warning signal to say it doesn't matter. And then be sure to let the universe know you are open to receiving love, happiness, joy, laughter, vibrant health, good fortune, and mental, physical, financial, and spiritual prosperity. Someone mentioned in the group today, in the live group in the dojo, about how she uses the serenity prayer to process some of the things that she's working on and things she doesn't want to allow to matter into her life. And I suggested that she use the serenity prayer in addition to tapping. And she got really excited about that because if the serenity prayer is something that speaks to you, and then you use the powerful technique of tapping along with the serenity prayer, you're really expounding on that ability to use the serenity prayer as a way of letting go of things that you do not want to matter into your life. We have so many techniques available to us. And again, if you want assistance with tapping, there is a link in the description as well from Amberlina on tapping that you can utilize. So all of these modalities are out there for us. We do not ever, ever have to say, oh, I guess I'm just stuck. There's always someone out there who has answers if you're concentrating on the answer instead of the problem. So now that you've had the opportunity to think about this information, what is one thought or belief you're ready to let go of today so you can stop turning it into something that matters in your life? If you feel comfortable, share it in the comments. Let us know what you chose. And then maybe even revisit this and say, oh my gosh, it's working for me. This is really working for me. Because if topics like these are something that you'd like to have with like-minded women as part of your practice to stay in a powerful state of being, join us virtually every Tuesday at the dojo. Again, there is a link in the description letting you know more about this if this is something that you'd like to practice. I do hope this information was really beneficial for you. There's so many links in the comments that you can take advantage of, as well as the information of the topic I shared today. Join us live at the dojo on Tuesdays if that's something that appeals to you. And if not, please enjoy these topics and let me know if you have topics that you'd like me to cover, and I will certainly do them. Leave me some comments and let me know. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.